That's right. We're suited and booted, baby. Because we're about to put some criminals to justice. I thought this was the old one. So I think this is a... I want to say it's a remaster. It's Apollo Justice. Ace Attorney Trilogy. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, it starts in windowed. Okay. Lovely. We're getting straight into it. Wait, what the hell is that? Hold. Wow, the thing that I have to tell it to capture is written almost entirely in Japanese. Sure. Missing a tie though. I'm gonna be honest. Literally just couldn't find a tie. I couldn't find a tie in my whole apartment. But it's okay, because we're still here to put people to justice. 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 Let's do it. No, it's okay. I trust you, Capcom. Yeah. I don't have ties. Game selection and museum. What's the audio level like? Is it good? What? This is intense. Switch games, Q&E. Hold up. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Yeah, nice. Intense. The museum section could... Let's start from the beginning. Drunk attorney at the bar is about to give up on his case. Yeah, it's me sat there with a whiskey going, I shouldn't even have been a lawyer. I give up. It's too hard. It's too hard. And yeah, here I am. I don't think I ever played the first game. I feel like I played Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I don't think I ever played Apollo Justice. This is a bundle. Yeah. And it's on Steam, which is sick. So, I'm hyped. Let's new game it up. Now, I'm going to warn you right now. I do feel like I'm going to be pretty terrible at this. Turnabout Trump. Excuse me. Let's pay attention, guys. We must be the best lawyer that we can. Sorry, most games. Nope. You can't make that joke because you know I'm not terrible at most games. Nope. I won't have it. I won't have it. I'm sorry, but I draw the line there. Also, we have a sub goal for each time we play this game. I will wear a different colored suit if we hit the sub goals. Okay. You lose. Oh, I haven't... Oh. What? Ugh! Are we being struck with a bottle? Oh my god, there's been a bloody murder. There's been a murder. Oh no. How many different colored suits do you have? 5, I believe. I think. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Oh. Okay. Hola, Pascual. How many different suits because of MCC? At least 2 or 3 of them, yeah. In fact, I probably have more than 5 or 6, yeah. I probably have like 7 or 8, actually. All right. Court record. So far, we know nothing. How did I inform? Okay, it's an attorney badge. Great. The autopsy report. It's 2 a.m. April 17th. Self-ablation. Thank you for the tier 1. I feel like it's just going to go so badly for me. I feel like I'm already going to be a terrible lawyer, I'm going to be honest. What's his name? Shadi Smith. Age unknown. Male. April 17th between 1:45 and 2:15. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to the forehead. Donk. Right. Do you need to switch tabs? Oh. Okay, Christopher Gavin is the boss at the Gavin Law Offices, a first-rate defense attorney, my trusted mentor. My first client, just standing in front of this guy makes me nervous. The victim in this case, a traveler only recently back in the country. Okay. I'm ready. Oh. Oh, we can move around my attorney badge. Hell yeah. I'm not sure why we need to do this. Why? There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. That's funny. Okay. Well, I'm not sure why we're doing that. Wait, can we do that for the photo too? No. All right. Let's go. I'm sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Oh, God. Good morning. Oh, boy. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No. I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial... Wait, hold on. I work for this... Do I work for this guy? And if so, why has he never heard my voice before? Okay. I'm fine. I get up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. Oh, God. Client today is a good friend of mine. Uh-oh. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Oh. I'm fine, sir. If it's such a big deal, why doesn't he do it then? Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Uh-oh. Morning, Casilda. I want to introduce yourself to the client. Lady Bellatrix, thank you for the resub. Hello, Detective Argyle. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him! No way! Why are we so convinced of that? Bloody hell. Whoa! Good, morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest! Why is it... Honestly, why does it sound so much like we have a crush on him? Dude, maybe we do. Imagine we give the last name Justice and becoming an attorney. I know. I think it's supposed to say something. Help. So you're... Fine. I'm fine. I don't remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend. So why... It's like a conflict of interest. You'll see. Oh, God. Worldwide criminal, Apollo Justice. Okay. I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice! April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session. The prosecution is ready. That's exactly what I imagine he sounds like. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Your name was Mr. Justice, and this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor, but I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit straight. Why does everyone care about our voice? Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. It's definitely what he sounds like too. I was under the impression that you'd be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. We are going to jail. Bro, this is my lawyer. We are fucked. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, what? Bro! Why am I getting bullied? This is terrible. Is this the game before Phoenix Wright? This is Apollo Justice, then there's Phoenix Wright, and then there's another Phoenix Wright. Or is this a spin-off of Phoenix Wright? I lost track of the order, honestly. Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. I'm gonna make him sound like Sonic the Hedgehog. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Again? Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Oh, thank you, Blank Secret. It's all good. Spoilers, this game's like 20 years old. Oh! This is Phoenix Wright. How could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges. Mr. Payne? Oh, let me see the court record. Let me make sure I'm not... Pianist at the Borscht Bowl Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Plot twist. To think I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney and see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne. Jesus Christ. Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was? The pianist for the club. Jesus Christ. Which was it? Oh, we have a history of what people are saying. Oh, we got a ton of options. Okay. Yes, the weapon to the victim's life. Grape juice is apparently a defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts deadly bottle as evidence. Deadly bottle was added to the court record. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Oh, it's like a tutorial case. I'm here to inspect it. No clues here. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. The bottle is completely empty. Good. I love that Twitch just spoiled that I got a new sub, but it just hasn't come up yet. Nice one, Twitch. I was checking it frequently. The court record. Right. I've heard of that. Oh, God. Easy to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. That's what I was thinking about functioning games. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shaddy Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? There it is. Kiel! Thank you so much for the Prime. And the first of a potential 50 new subs to get us to a new colored suit for the next time we play the game. According to his passport, he'd been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. This guy. He's not piano playing. Let's photo explain what I mean. Uh-oh. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. indeed. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Objection! Is it true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim? Yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present. And impress women. What? That will be our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Oh boy. Witness testimony. Huh. I'm a pianist by trade. Yet I can hardly play at all. What is going on? What has happened here? My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play in the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. I guess remember this is the voice I gave him when we play the Phoenix Wrights game in the future. And our customers are happy. A pianist who can't play piano? Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, you're on. Oh god, it's me. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? God, yes, please. Yes. Indeed, your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you've found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the court record with E. I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. A good sign that you need to press the witness with Q for more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. Okay. Here we go. Oh, we're gonna have a problem. Bloody hell, alright. Why does it sound like he's gonna fight me? Inconsistencies, lies. Okay. Woo! Yeah. Yes, please, T-Street, sir. I know nothing. I feel very safe in this guy's hands. Cross-examination. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Okay. You can hardly play. I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? Well, didn't he already say that? Yeah, take on interesting customers over at the poker table. Oh, we can go back. Okay. Uh-oh. Yes, it is. This is where the meme came from. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Alright. So we already got information from there. Let's just get more information from that too. They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional after all. Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yes. Your imagination is always a little bit limited, Winston. What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost. Once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. You've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. It's pretty unrealistic, right? 7 years? So can I just press Q at every single opportunity here? Uh-oh. Right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. Guys, I've noticed an inconsistency. This bottle has its lid off, and the bottle in evidence has lid on. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through a small window. Objection! Student history. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to see. I want to see this. I don't want to. I think we call the details in this, right? I don't think we have anything to... I mean, let's just keep getting more info for now, I guess. I'm going to be a great detective, don't worry. A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall in poker, you make 5-card hands. Well, then how do you know that then, mate? You were fuming that it was illegal earlier. Heh. Yes, a game of hands. This competition you're talking about? I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. Now, what? Are you sure? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about how the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Oh, I was just getting information. Wait, what? There's something I'd like made clear, namely your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? Bro came to court in a beanie. Why is he in a suit? Excuse me, because I'm a lawyer? Is that not obvious? I'm a lawyer, thank you. I'm out here doing good work. Hold it! I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Oh, nice. Cool. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Something you said did ring a little strangely. It's one thing. Now, what was it? When you figure it out, I suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. Okay. Let's look at everything. We must analyze. And we have already analyzed this. I mean... Yeah, Finn is literally just messing around to see if we're actually good lawyers. I actually agree fully. Okay, but we can't even present anything right now, so let's... Right. Never touch the murder weapon. Do I present the murder weapon to him? You know what? We're learning. Objection! Oh god. Got achievement. So you said you didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Hee. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? Oh. It said it has his prints on. Well, I mean, I am trying to point that out, right? Isn't this the... But I don't believe that that's the one in the picture. Hold. Wow. Powerful objection. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears. End our case. Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove he did it. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Was it not? What about drinking it? To brain someone with the bottle. Ugh. This game's so dramatic. I actually love it. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Uh-oh. I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder, for now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that... Really? He doesn't know that? Jesus Christ. Well, yes, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? Okay. Wow, the victim was murdered in a small room in basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. Classic. Ooh. Okay. I want to examine this. The battery's being held in with a piece of tape. Please just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Oh, well, I mean, yeah. This honestly just looks like an old Nokia phone. He fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. You claim he's being uncooperative? Irk! Nice save, Mr. Gavin. Better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. Someone else was in the room where it happened. It's the year 2026 in this universe. Are you serious? That phone is so old. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Uh-oh. Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Why the bloody hell has she got a little tray? The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? If you're sure it's okay. Yeah, I don't know why she's holding that so intensely. Now, the prosecution. Wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia? Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade. Was she a vlogger? My name is Olga Orley. Olga? Oh, really? I'm employed as a waitress in the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it's my pride to serve borscht at his naming restaurant. But I also perform, how is it said, other services. I take it one of those services is taking the customer's pictures. Ta-da! Like, for example, this one. Oh! That has us just vibing. That's just vibing. The defendant. Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is the one who has gone kaput. Order, order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually. Oh, God. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Hold on. I mean, there's a borscht bowl, some bread. He's just vibing out. I mean, we're clearly just having a chat. There's 4 bottles of the grape juice down here. Huh. Interesting. I was in the room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It's a room where famous gangster Bad Guy was arrested. Bad Guy? I mean, what chance did he stand? It's called Bad Guy. Yeah, Malfunctioning Games, he's all over the place, I think. What? You're looking for a surprise, it's lovely. I will post by coach room door for you later on. Ta-da! Photos will be numbered and you'll write which ones you want a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. Okay, so I can't present anything yet, so that's good. That means I've not missed a chance to do it. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. Oh, we're about to press. We're about to press gamped up. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for the game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. Yeah. The victim, he plays with whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. That man flew at the victim and is strangling him to death. We still can't present anything, but that's not what happened. Objection! That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Right can't lose. Justice? Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. Yeah, it's a big inconsistency. These are the poker chips as they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Duh. I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. What? Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Chips photo added. Okay, thank you. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay, but hold on. Let me examine this first. I'm looking for inconsistencies, you see. King of hearts, king of spades, king of diamonds. Ace, oh, damn, bro, a full house. And it looks like we had a full house, but 7 aces over 7s instead of aces over kings. There are cards on the floor. I don't think we can really take anything from that. But this is the murder bottle with the lid off. The lid is off. I mean, I can't actually click anything in this, right? This is just literally a photo, I believe. All right, here we go. Cross-examination. I want to know more about this locket. His locket. I believe it was good luck charm. He gripped it as many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it was small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. What? A pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. What's going on? It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. So, what happened next? Yeah, tell us. So, Chronix. Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at the victim, strangling him to death. Okay, I'm going to press her about this, but then I also want to present, I think. Eek! Well, now I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please, refrain from embarrassing me. Also, I was just pressing, I was getting information, nothing else. Crushing defeat for a man undefeated, so it's always with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. That is, I do. Yeah. Okay. Should I present the murder weapon? Or, wait, no, I should present the... this. Because it says that the cause of death was blunt trauma to the forehead. Which means... why would he have strangled him? Present! Objection! Normal customers only choke on borscht. Funny. Oh, we got an objection emote? Hell yeah. Guys, I want to see that objection spammed each time that we have to object. The report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah. Mrs. Oh, really? Really now? Did you witness the crime? Eee. Oh, nice catch. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2 added to the court record. Okay. You know what? He certainly was hit. He certainly does look like he's been struck. Guys, it's so warm in the suit. Jesus Christ. Don't know what I was thinking. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh, really, miss? Oh, really? I think you're gone. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. Oh, God. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Okay. Customer asked me to deal the cards for the game. Okay. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. I believe that that is true. Hat, hat. Hat, no hat. Okay, she could have dealt the cards. We don't know. It was cold, da da da. Both players played with hats. I mean, that seems sus. Last hand is done. Something terrible has happened. Okay, I'm just gonna press. Get some more information. The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Oh. Is that telling me that I was wrong? Miss O'Reilly, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. Oh, well, now hold on. Now she's switched up. So sorry, I must be forgetting this. Witness, you will take greater care with your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely. Strangled him, then hit him. Something's fishy about all this. I agree. I've got you now, really? I'm like, oh, yep. Sure. Right, let me look through everything we've got. This seems normal. Right, that's fine. Doesn't seem to be any discrepancies here with the things. Everything seems right. I don't know if the phone is relevant. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm also thinking, but he clearly has been hit. But I mean, it's just a confusing one. I mean, to be fair, I haven't pressed her on this detail yet, so let me... Oh, the hat thing. Yeah, I think It's already April. How could it be cold? That's the argument. At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride in authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning. Okay. Well, the only thing I haven't pressed her on is the first bit. Yeah, the locket isn't there in the last photo. I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It's my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Oh, welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. Okay. We move through. Yeah, in that photo, the locket is gone. Present! Objection! 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 The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said. I don't mind a bit of backseating, honestly. It's not too bad. You guys are allowed to speculate. It'd be nicer if you didn't know the exact answer because you've like played the game or something, but I don't mind a little bit. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off. Oh wait, sorry. It doesn't change back to my character when it's on him. You don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah! Oh! Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say. Yes. I just noticed this, but... You have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, for God's sake. Oh, you mean this? It's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. Mr. Wright has a locket, too. Why don't I buy this? It's just a coincidence. Well, now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Miss O, really? You will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant. Alright, here we go. Okay. House chips come in two sides, small and large. When I was winning, it was victim. But last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... Looking at this picture, does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. He thinks the judge watches too many old call movies. Mr. Wright said that he hasn't lost in 7 years. Oh my god, I just realized something. You know, I was saying I was getting hot. Hold on. They came to test our heating and cooling units the other day. I think they've put the heating on. They changed the temperature. Okay, guys. So yeah, they came to look over and clean out our like air conditioning unit. And to do it, I think they put all the heaters on instead of cold. So I've just been blasting hot air for the last 30 minutes, wondering why I'm getting so hot. Ooh. All right, here we go. Right, 3,500 points in each man. House ships going two sizes, small and large. One was winning, it was the victim. Last time defendant played with all chips on table and lose. Okay. Blotting his forehead. Oh. Oh. I mean, that seems pretty normal. Small and large, we've seen that is right. Shake and tremble, duh. I did not believe such thing would happen. What such thing? Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur? What is occurring? The defendant had been hitting victim. I saw it all happen right before me. Saw a ball coming down on victim's head. Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor?
Lil Chusha Live raided my stream.
Lil Chusha Live, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Eyewitness saw the very moment of the crime. Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice. I have some more information right now. Not special. Usual game. Usual rules. If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be 7,000. Exactly 7,000 points. What's going on? Okay. Let's see. It was largest points of any hand, the defendant's hand. It was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind. Appears both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. What if they swapped the location of the body? This was actually Phoenix Wright, and that's why the grape juice is on his side. I believe that explains what occurred next. Once cards laid down on table, it happened. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 years, was losing? It must have been most unlucky day for him. I'm glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break camera, certainly. The chips, they went always to the victim's side of the table. So you're telling us it was a one-sided game? Yeah, one-sided and... Okay, let me know as I get the information here. Something's fishy with these chips. True. Tell us. Explain. What is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cop. Not a... Thanks. As I've been saying before, it's points, right? It was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. 2 types of chip. 100 points chip and 1,000 points chip. I mean... 1,100. Yes, further scrutiny, please. Add it to the testimony. I actually knew where I was going with this. Witness, if you would be so kind. Right, let's see. So 1,100. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's way more than 7,000 here. Therefore, how could they be playing for that much? 7,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7,000, sorry, 10,600. Is that going to make the correct point, though? I think it might. I'll present it and see what happens. Objection! Objection! Sure it's a victim who won? Absolutely sure. What's up, Fire Breath Man? Objection! Are you wearing a suit? Yes, because I'm a lawyer. It seems our new attorney is a little bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won. If you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Oh, oops, I didn't really consider that. The big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Pastor Sue, he is a man of God. I'm not. Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1 carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100... Oh, but wait, it's not. It's the other way around. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's the other way around. It is 7,000. We're actually wrong. The chips don't add up. Clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. Uh-oh. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Oh, wait. So they're saying I'm right. So I am right? Starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. Both were right. This is our real coursework, just as dramatic. When I was studying, we had a whole course in how to pose right when asking each question. Perhaps the chip count was wrong. So wait. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Then the chip count was wrong. Oh, Glyph score. I've got to assume that Hickey is joking, by the way. I'm so sorry. The odd thing here is the number of chips. Right, Mr. Gavin? Why are you asking me? Just in case? Justice, it's your case I'm concerned about. If you're wondering about the chips, just look at the photograph. It's all there. Even our judge with his failing eyesight could count them. Let me ask you again. Oh, wait, it's not the chip count was wrong? Wait. Both were right, and someone was cheating. Both were right, but Olga was never really in the room. Oh, look at the photograph. Oops. I actually should have looked at the photograph again before I answered. Oopsie. Well, it's too late now. I've answered. What is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. Yep. Which means we were winning. Ha! Huh. The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones. Madness, utter madness. Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. And why does that make 7,000 points when you add them up? Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points. Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible! My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning! He was winning! Yeah! Now, Mrs. Oh, really? You must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? Why does that Among Us one work so well for this? Order, order. It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust... Oh. Who objected? Excuse me, what is it, Miss O'Reilly? I did not want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see, See what, Miss O'Reilly? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. Oh, no. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chips as they are. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Okay, here we go. Witness testimony. The final hand. The last hand, both men had full house. There was 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defender's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand, poor Mr. Smith. Miss So, really? Why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? We lie, we cheat, we steal. Viva la raza. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Nope, Mr. Gavin. What's a full house? That said Apollo, but it wasn't Apollo talking. It was the other guy. Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker? I can't say this bodes well for your case. Or career. The Guerrero brothers are the goats, Pepper. Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat! The defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Yeah, true. That's a good point. I lost the hand, but I'm apparently cheating. Give me an answer for that, huh? Sorry. You just cheat poorly, exactly. Last time both men have full house. 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at the both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. Next moment, game becomes argument that the defender's trick was exposed. So the ball in his hand, Mr. Smith. Okay. Right, let's Let's just look at stuff. I don't think there's anything massively interesting on the... If only we could see more of the cards. Okay, that part's true. 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. But there is 2 decks. Right? I mean, why is cheat more obvious? I don't understand. Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. I still remember both hands very well. That's not right, is it? What? That's not... Very well. Oh boy, here's where we catch her. Here's where we catch her. Guys, ready your objections. I'm powering it up. Objection! Objection! Mistaken, but my name... That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Oh, okay. I thought it was telling me I was wrong. Use your finger to point out your point. Please, point out the contradiction in this photo. Oh, sick! Oop. Present! Take that! In your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Objection! Taking a look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating, all right. And it's going on right here in this courtroom. Good line. Good line, Apollo Justice. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Please, it is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. It's odd. What's up, Luna? Just be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead. Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne. Yes? The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Oh, fun. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? Which is more suspicious? I mean, for the sake of what we want right now, the victim's hand? I know, yeah, why can't I examine both? The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Received evidence's hand. All right. Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. All right. My guess is going to be they're stickers on the back, and they're actually playing with decks from the same thing. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using... Oh, I don't have arrow keys. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. Oh! 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 He's bloody cheating! Oh my god, I'm the greatest lawyer of all time! Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Wow! The back is a different color. Eh? That's impossible. You did what, Mrs. O'Reilly? What was that, Miss O'Reilly? No, no, I merely said, I have... Your Honor? Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Ah! Wait, so you mean... This witness, Miss O'Reilly? She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Yeah! Hickey, you stop that. Order, order! Had to take advantage of her. I mean, of her mistake. Alright, bit weird to write it like that. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. True. You know what, J-Reds? What is in the bowl? That's a great question. Why is she allowed to bring borscht to a court case? It's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. But with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. I mean, his name is Shady, I think, here. Ooh. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean... The defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in that room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means... I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly, of murder. Eek. Oh, she's passed out. Where's the borscht bowl? Oh. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga O'Reilly? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor, it seems you've presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. Bam. Where's your gavel? Your jury? What's my offense this time? See no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Who objected? Oh. Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different color back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Gavel. Perhaps we should just get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks of the club have different color backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck. Why use different colored decks? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. Use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Sure, someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix. Which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yes. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Or it might not be. Yeah. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? Uh-oh. Well, if she was dealing before the murder... But then, okay. So if she was dealing, it could have been before, but she thought she put it in his hand. And how would she make such a massive mistake to get that into the wrong hand? Yeah. But when you're playing poker, you're handed your cards. Your cards are facing each other. So you would be able to see the colors. So that means it can't have been before the murder because we would have seen it. She wanted to kill him for something else. And she put it in... well, not during's probably a bit too hard, really. After the murder. So she wanted to kill him anyway. Bopped him on the head. And then she swapped the card out. No, but that wouldn't give her any motive. Oh, but it would make it look like maybe... I'm going to go for it. During, yeah. Oh. What's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Objection. Yes, but tell me. How do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Oh! She wanted the locket, yeah. Maybe she lost the locket to him in a previous game. There's lots of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Uh-oh. Even when the backs of the cards are a different color, if you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. That's true. Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder. This is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another. Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped a red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and our witness, Olga Orley. Well, I don't know what. Well, okay, let's think. This is my big case. It's my first case. I have to get this right. Why would Phoenix swap it after the murder? That wouldn't make any sense, I don't think. I feel like Olga is the option that makes the most sense because she, I believe, was trying to frame Phoenix for murder. But then someone else, who else would have swapped it? Was he just cheating? No, but he was murdered, so... Okay, I'm just going to put Olga. Unless there was someone else in the room. But to cover the evidence of the cheating. That does make some sense. Sorry, but there's a problem with that explanation. Oh my god. The swap card was from the wrong deck. A blue card was stuck into a red hand. Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors? Remember that you're talking about... Olga O'Reilly. She was the dealer. A novice mistake. Wait, but she... What? But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? Can't believe she made the mistake of swapping in the wrong color card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun this all is. Oh my god. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Mrs. Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that. Indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of the card were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. Ah, I see. Right. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist. True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than possibility. There was someone else in... Bro's just been sitting on this information the whole time. One asshole. I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial has proceeded one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Oh, sick. Do we get some storyline now? April 20, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you'd know the answer to that. Oh dear me. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice. Yes, sir! The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Okay. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Let me see. Nice try. That's clearly the young girl from Professor Layton. I should meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but his old day he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. You see, poker's all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent's thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. I think not. Coincidence? Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. Oh, this dude, thank you, it's very warm. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Mrs. Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Yes, we know. Yeah, we noticed. Words, habits, twitches, and all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. Haha. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on all these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. But you will, soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. Oh. What the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? My power? The real trial begins now. Do your best. Oh wait, so is that my tutorial over? And now I'm like, now I'm in it. Oh, to be continued. Hello? We need 10 save files. Jesus Christ. Next chapter, please. Guys, so far, we're doing pretty well here. Wow. You know what I will give them? I'll give them credit for. This is 20 minutes after we got adjourned for a recess. And he said it'll be a 20-minute recess. I'm impressed. It's the same case. I think the first part of it was like a tutorial almost. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. All right, here we go. Let's cook her up. I'm about to cook her like borscht. Could you repeat your name and profession? Why is he taking the lead on the case now? Oi. Well, perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser. Oh. Oh! She must be a gambler. She's got dice on her bandana. Where did her plate go? It's with the jacket, mate. It's gone. Olga, quick fingers, Orley. Oh, really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like, oh, really? I knew it! I called it! There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Uh-oh. Here we go. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress. Oh. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend. The unbeatable Phoenix Wright. Ah, I see. The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards. Well, hold on. It made it think that I couldn't say it was her earlier. Yeah, tell him, Hickey. Suppose to cheer and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. My logic is finally coming to use. For a game. In a Twitch stream. Oh, really? Orley, how droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to slip free from a trip laid by Olga Quick Fingers O'Reilly. Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? Why is the judge hitting up? What is going? What kind of courtroom is this, guys? I'm so lost. I'm so lost. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Testimony time. Okay. Played the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no-good cheating defendant. Okay. Okay. Trap was perfect, to tell you. Perfect! What's going on? I'm pretty sure it runs on rule of cool. Yeah, hell, it absolutely does. This is not a judge. He's a dungeon master. Well, the testimony for what it's worth is all yours, Mr. Justice. All right. Here we go. Cross-examination. Planted the card like I was supposed to. Okay. Wright lost the last hand like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But if... Hold on. Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. Why would Smith search him if he lost the hand? Like, if he lost the hand, why would he be like, well, that's it. I'm searching you, mate. That's not on. Everything went according to plan. Exactly. The fifth ace came up. So it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Oh, wait. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There are worse things to be known as, I suppose. What happened with the search? Oh, because the card ended up in his thing. So it actually was swapped before the murder, not after the murder. Searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career. Never has Quick Fingers Ollie been so readily duped. Oh, really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts? Who the hell said it was a 5? God, I really must be missing things here. Oh, wait. She's scratching her ear. She's lying. Isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Ooh, well, uh-oh. Oh, I sense something. Press harder! You're hiding something. What are you talking about? You, me, Quick Fingers Ollie, hiding something? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. Uh-oh. That witness, for instance, Miss Ollie, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did not notice. I did. I did now. Touching her neck, was it? She lying. She lying. She lying. Oh, she lying. Yeah, she lying. What's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. I'm leveling up. Perceive. You've just been perceived. Perhaps you're unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone else care to explain what he's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her the most of the moment of the crime? I believe that the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Okay. Let's look through. Let me examine things again. Well, yo, wait. Othaviodius. Othaviodius? Othaviodius. How do I say your name? Othaviodius. Thank you for the new tier 1. Woo! Guys, not to bore you, but Twitch actually made a really cool update the other day. They dropped down the amount of sub points that you need to get to Partner Plus from 350 to 300, which means we're still not there. But last month we got 285. It's pretty close. But they also updated it so that we can get like a sort of more basic version of Partner Plus by having 100 tier 1, 100 subs. Like paid subs. So as from, well, it takes 3 months to activate. So February, March, April. From April, as long as we keep 100 subs, we'll get a 60-40 contract. Woo! But honestly, the tier 1s and the primes and stuff mean loads right now. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Right. The bottle is completely empty. I don't think there's anything else that I missed here. Other than I'm convinced that there's something about the lid here, but no clues. Well, apparently not. Okay. Right. The weapon that left an inerasable impression in your neck is this. Yeah, I mean, because she keeps putting it up like this. I mean, that makes me think it's the phone. I just don't know why it would be the phone. But we're going to... I'm winding it up. Get him ready. Get him ready. Take that. Oh, no. Fuck. Oops. Oh, chat. I mean, the only other weapon we have. The only other weapon we have is the bottle. Right? Let's just see. Take that! Something doesn't fit. The first thing is just my badge. Why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Oh, God. The neck of the bottle? Tessa, don't. No way. I am knowing nothing. Wait. We know you're not Russian. What the heck? She just put her outfit back on. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Different personality, but the same testimony. I believe you have her where you want her, Justice. The circumstances have changed and her testimony is not. That means there's got to be a contradiction in there. Quite. Okay, let me find it. Then I planted the card like I was supposed to. Right lost the last hand like he was supposed to. Planted the card, was gone. Next moment, Right picked up the bottle and swung it. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Press! You seem uneasy. You try standing up here. Her eyes are darting all over the place. I must be getting warm. Tell me, after the crime, what was the defendant like? Oh, well, he must have been stunned by the weight of his crime. He sat in a daze at that table until the cops came. Intriguing. I believe you've gotten all the testimony you're going to get out of this witness. So what do you think about her testimony? I'll tell you what I think. Her testimony is flawed. What? What's that? Well, show us this evidence, Mr. Justice. This evidence that you claim contradicts the testimony. She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. And that's some evidence that contradicts that. Okay. She didn't let him out of her sight until the cops got there. Well, okay, hold on. Let's really go. Let's go through. Wait, but yeah, he went to call. Wait, he went to call upstairs. He went to call. It says that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Ball Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Why the fuck you lying? The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. What game is this? This is the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy game. Showdown time. Uh-oh. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets, now! It's gone. The card's gone. Well, that sounds incriminating. What do you mean it's gone? How would you know it was there? Just then Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright, and he hit me. Oh. Some master of cheating you turned out to be. Oh, damn. Get double-crossed. Get actually double-crossed, bro. That's toxic. When I came to, the victim was already dead. That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Oh, God. Well, where does this leave us? Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all of this. It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar. What? 3 were in that room that night of the murder, the defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's tried to frame me. Oh, God. Here we go. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility, that there was another person in the room at the time of the murder? A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. Ha! This theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said? The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the back of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue. I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Uh-oh. Right. I mean, there's a lot of history to go through. Right, Olga knows, definitely. He definitely knows the colors. This guy's dead, so I don't think he did it. This guy wasn't there. But then why would he do it, though? I mean, arguably, he wasn't there either. But he hasn't spoken about the cards. And he has spoke about the cards being blue. But wait. Why would he come to the court case if... Oh, wait, and he said that you'll understand why he specifically requested... Oh my god, it's Christoph Gavin. It's Christoph Gavin. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right. Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But, of course, Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. Ooh. You can't tell which of the cards are blue and which are the ones on the floor and the table. But, look. You can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Oh my god. We did it. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. So how would he know? Yeah, only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame. Oh my god! We got him, boy! We got him! Yeah! Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is it something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right? You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? That's very kind of you, Mr. Monkey. I assure you I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? Thank you, Spooky Stewie. I'm loving all the voices. Yeah, it's killing me off at the minute, I'll be honest. There's a lot of characters going on. I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting?
Oh, you gifting.
Oh, Malfunctioning Games, thank you for gifting a tier 1 to Mr. Monkey. That's actually very, very kind. Guys, we're almost at a hype train. Oh my god, I was watching a Koji stream the other day. He got a golden Kappa hype train. I'm now so jealous. I'm so jealous. I want one. I want one bad. I didn't even know it was a thing. The defense would like to... Oh, alright. A what? It's a golden Kappa hype train. So basically, there's a... It sounds like this is a normal thing. There's an unbelievably small % chance that you get a golden Kappa hype train. It's just like random. And if you get it, anyone who takes part gets a golden kappa for 24 hours. So good. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? What's a golden kappa? It's just the kappa emote, but gold. I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Mrs. Orley... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Tessa does things! Thank you for gifting a community sub out to MN Lily. Guys, we are in a hype train. There's no better time to get involved. Check if you've got Prime. Check if you've got bits. Everything counts. Even resubs count. So if you have something, please consider giving it. This is the best time. Press subscribe. See if you've got a free Prime sub. Throw it at me. Throw it at me. I will look after it.
Oh, you
And now...
gifting.
Malfunctioning Games gifted one to someone else, and now Agni has gifted one to Malfunctioning Games. I love it. I love it. I love this community. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Yeah, I think so. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Oh, here comes a testimony. Prime isn't ready. It's okay. It's always worth checking. It's always worth an asking. It's always worth checking. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in his photograph. Shetty Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut in his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. You were at the Borscht Club the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted me to drag you into your little murder trial. Also, guys, I think the new sub points count for resubs, gift subs, and new subs. So if you're watching and enjoying yourself and considering subbing, this is a great time. Because I'm gonna try and play this game once a week, I think. Each time we hit the sub goal, I'll change the color of my suit. I have a few colored suits, so... Something to think about. Something to think about. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Sir, he's lying and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Snazby, thank you for gifting a tier 1 to Winter Rose. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why that one didn't come through. What suit are you in right now? I can't tell. Is it a spade? That is an absolutely horrendous joke, and you should be sad about it. To be fair, it's a pretty low. Like this is buttoned up. It's just quite low. Look. Oh, sorry, that is an awful noise. Look at that. And I want you to know that I am in a suit and jogging bottoms because it's business up top. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shetty Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I had to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. This here wearing that tonight as well. No, I'm not. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Okay. Uh-oh. Does he lie? Does he tilt his head down when he's lying? How about this failed trap? Hype train, 50 seconds left, guys. You can save it. It can be saved. Oh, thank you guys for the hype train already. I appreciate you guys. It's the same trap that Mrs. Olga Orley mentioned. Oh. Oh. And then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search right. Then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, honey. It would be dashed to pieces. Hugo is employed from home. This is on top for camera, casual at the bottom for That's pretty funny, actually. Thank you for the hype train, guys. Appreciate it. Quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Bells Finch, thank you for continuing the gift sub they got from Geneva Wren. We love a continuation of a gift sub. Also, I think that counts as... I think a gift sub counts as a new sub, and then a continuation counts as a separate sub. So thank you. I appreciate that. Choo-choo. 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of this card. Because, yeah, why would it have been a... Because 5 of Hearts isn't even the card that got swapped. There was an empty bottle of grape juice I'd been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. The murder weapon? Things are certainly happening right now, for sure. Yeah, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. The card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of... Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Oh. Right. Discover the treasure in the game and dispose of the card in the bottle. That one's a lie. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. Oh wait, oops, I already... Oopsie. See, there's some more info over there. And when you returned, the victim was already... dead, yes. I'll admit I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all. Guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. Right, let's make sure I'm not missing anything here now. Okay, there's a little window thing. People did say there was other things though. We're at a point where we must be missing something now. Well, not 5 aces. Well, no, that was the story, wasn't it? Oh, so wait, this... Yeah, so wait, hold on, that means... Should I present the bottle to this? Because there's nothing in it. And apparently this is the murder weapon, no? I'm confused. I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, not objection, no. Thank you for the resub, Turquoise Sky. Welcome back. Good to see you. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. Haha! No? Mr. Wright surely isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh. Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped. Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Did the card just disappear? Okay, I haven't pressed for information from this, so let's just see if there's any more info from this. Sends me boss welcome quite frequently, enjoy the usual dinner at our usual spot, as usual. All right.
Objection!
Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Turquoise, yeah, it's all just a magic trick. Your Honor, if you could just reach into your back pocket. I was the one who put the hat on his head. Oh. What? Why? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like this in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why? That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Mrs. Ollie didn't see it. It being the victim's his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. You're always so specific with it. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone. That night, Recall that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Oh, wow. Let's go. Thanks, Cosmic Dragon. Just need to convince someone to hire me. Seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? 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 What? It wasn't you, was it? Is that the name of the hat? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Bone china. Oh, there was a misspell. Aha! There was a misspelling. Oh no, wait, and not plate, but certain gentleman's balding forehead. Oh! The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in indicating in my forehead. Why would he do that? It's after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you. He left the Borscht Ball Club. Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this? Bone china oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Mr. Gavin, as the stage has been set, perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? This is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix Wright. Uh-oh. Blammo. Order, I will have order, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony? Well, as the prosecutor, I... Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Jesus Christ. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. All right, we're getting there. Woo, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good, chat. What's up, Sparrow? Doing pretty well. Phoenix thought he was on Judy Justice, mate. May I? Who? Oh my god, it's his bloody daughter. So please pick a card. What's all this about? What? What is going on? A fifth ace. I mean, I don't even know who I'm objecting against anymore. Is that blood? Is that bloody blood? The truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Okay, thanks. Weird Professor Layton gal. Okay. This is a ridiculous court case, by the way. Gotta say. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Bloody ace added to the court record. Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Yes, indubitably. Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Will the witness state his name and occupation? Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright? What do you think you're doing, Wright? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. It's crime time. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin? I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Bloody hell. Oh, I assure you I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Blimmin' heck. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? Guys, if you're watching the stream for the first time, or, you just found my stream, drop me a follow. Thank you. Objection! Objection, because you don't follow me. Witness testimony, testimony, testimony. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through a little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. Oh. Uh-oh. So you witnessed the murder? Well, no. For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you're on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell him you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that, because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Oh. Bam. Mr. Wright, the defendant should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. Can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. All right. Cross-examination. Sorry, 1 second. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me. Okay, let's see. Have you got any tells? You got any tells? Let's see. Musica! Thank you for the 9 months! Oh. Okay. Let's see. The Phoenix Wright game I played had me be guided by the ghost of my dead mentor for most of the game, so this feels ultra realistic in comparison. He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. So then you knew the true nature of your client's job? Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see. What happened then? Yeah, right? Mocha, this is like the worst judge in the world. Let's just get some more information out of him. The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The Black Marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Mr. Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes, what if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. Yes, as far as I saw, at least. And we're back to where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could have been? Oh my god. But why didn't you talk to the police? 2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend the Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. That's kind of a genius plan. Make friends with a lawyer, murder someone in front of them, and then hire them. There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose? Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary. Uh-oh. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised. Can you point to a reason? Because it had blood on. And the blood would have given it away or something. I don't know. Present! Take that! Take it! Is that an ace? Uh-oh. Why? Why, it's got blood on it! Right next to the spade! What? This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace? Well, yeah, probably, mate, yeah. That's kind of the point of what I'm doing here. Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade after all. No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Oh, you just got hook, line, and sinkered. By me! Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for? For the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo in the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. Objection! Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible. Oh. Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, can we discuss the finer points of our legal system later? What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene, and now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see? Objection! So funny. This is baseless. Conjecture, baseless. Objection! I assure you, it's quite based. Based evidence, bro. That right there is based evidence. Based! What? It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. Oh, in your head. Yo! Guys, I called that this thing here. I called that this was a secret way in. I swear to God, if it is, I'm gonna lose my mind. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the blood? Oh. Well. Here? I mean, these make sense. Take that! The second witness? That would be Mr. Gavin, yes? The second witness's position is far less problematic than yours right now, Justice. Oh. Or perhaps perilous is a better word. Oh. I cannot see what the blood-stained card has to do with the second witness's location. Oh, oops! Yeah, I misunderstood it. Oops. That was my bad. Whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? Okay, so victim, supposed killer, witness, the second witness. So whose doesn't fit with a bloody card on the ground? And we now know it's not number 2. The good news is we do have a couple of tries left because we've done quite well throughout all this. So, let me just read the history. Okay, so the second witness will be Mr. Gavin. So Mr. Gavin's not a problem. Second witness... Right, hold on. Let me go back. Let me scroll. Let me read. Multiple in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table, and before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Yeah, I'm not sure why the card would be behind him. So is he the problem? So the victim is the problem, or the victim's location? Oh, it resets it, for God's sake. I was reading. Okay, here we go, wait. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. That's there, that's fine. Before the killer swapped a card out, a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with the scene. Yeah, I feel like maybe, yeah, something happened here. Well, I still think that this is something here. And that they were turned around, bonked, span back around. The victim! I think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Oh, we go. Okay. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. If I find out that that's not blood and it's grape juice or something, I'm going to lose my mind. I really will. Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh, man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. How? How do you want me to swivel it? Oh. The chair was facing the other way? It would have to be. Oh, yeah. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. And they did say that there's the window and a few other things down there. And I think that one of the other things is a secret entrance, which is how the black marketers got in back in the day. Back in there. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in his photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, or the second witnesses? Well, if it's facing the other way, that contradicts where the killer would be, right? Because the killer wouldn't be over here anymore, because he didn't go over to fight him. The killer would have come from here. So it's the killer, I think. Take it! Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes. What you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall? In the middle of a game? I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. Don't worry, let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. I mean, here? in the cupboard? Well, here! Oh, you get points for flair, but that's all you get. Oh. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there! What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout. Immediately! This game's so good, bro. Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Your Honor, there's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Jesus Christ, this is the most voices I've ever had to do in one thing. I'm losing track. Well, let's forge ahead while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was a problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown as here. Which means that... He couldn't have seen through the window! Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, or the second witness? Take that! About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Oh! That's right, someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What? What did you say? Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Ugh, don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law, and I will have order. We just now received word from our investigative team at the Bush Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. New voice. Oh, and what did they find? Well, Your Honor, turns out there's a secret passage behind it. What? Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room of many of our regulars know about. A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage? Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. Ooh. Thank you, Cosmic. Uh-oh. I want one of those. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling lawyers. See where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? See it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came and he took it. Oh! Bottle overhead. Bonk. Eek! Why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga Orley really was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his chair around to look, and... Thunk! Thunk! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would, of course, realize the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood, the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him it didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red! Ugh. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne. Yerk? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Grah! Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Objection.
Who's objecting now? Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he's done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin, is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down. The court in this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor? I see how the codfish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo, your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still, but I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yep. Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there in plain sight. Uh-oh. It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice? Uh-oh. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down? Right. Now let's really look into this. We gotta be careful here, chat. We gotta be careful here. We can't make a mistake. We're close to the end of this case. Why would the fingerprints be upside down? Also, what do they consider upside down on a bottle? Like this way? Or, yeah, this way, right? Could it be that he was leaning down to pick up one of these bottles from the thing here? To get something out, to get the card out of it. Oh, you might be right. I mean, we've already examined this one like crazy, right? And there's nothing else in here, I don't think. I mean, I feel like it's not crazy to... I think we have a couple of shots here, because we have 4 things before we, like, lose. But I'm a very serious lawyer. I'm winding it up. Hold. Take that. Take it. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. On the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up without getting out of your chair. See, you naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Oh! Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here. Playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. Oh my god, we smashed it. We've actually nailed it. God, we're such good lawyers. Oh my god. Mel Gumsy, thank you for the follow. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. I can't believe it. Was that simple? Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. That evening? Okay. I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered, so you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. But how did you do that? Because these bottles are upstairs next to the piano, no? Order, order, order. What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? Proof? Well, that, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. Objection! I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. That's the bottle that has the card in. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Ball Club. Oh boy. And here's one of the bottles in question. What? Are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be surprised if any were on that, but his. Uh-oh. It's got the card in, I bet. Say, Apollo. Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Just humor me. Mr. Wright, that bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. There's something inside the bottle. What's this? That card. It can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga Ollie? Yes, our little swindling Devochka. One night I planted the card, like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. And Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Yeah, Rafa, it's sick. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. Yeah, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I'd been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. Oh boy. The 5 of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Christoph Gavin! Yeah, no spoilers, please. No! Not the food. That is all. Ah. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Uh-oh. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete. This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone? I believe this time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he? Not that we know of. Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession, to be sure, and that's all we know about him. I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated. This courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right. Mr. Wright. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Gavel. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Court is adjourned. Dab on him. Literally just dab on them. Thanks, Apollo. You came through, just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who called him Mr. Gav, the killer. And I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too. Today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yeah, sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true! What's this weird vibe I'm getting? What was that, Mr. Wright? You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer? Right. Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have to have commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. I love it just keeps showing us this. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Huh? I took this off his neck the night he died. Oh. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury. You testified. You said that locket was yours. I said no such thing, actually. I merely said it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then, why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. True. Apollo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, but didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. But he still has an office? That incident 7 years ago, that legendary trial. And in the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reached a sad conclusion and he left law for good. Oh no. Oh no. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Forged evidence? What? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. Forged evidence. Huh. Forged evidence. Wait, is it this? Because... Oh no, he put the hat back on him. Oh wait, that means who took this photo? Oh, hat removed during investigation. Okay, hold on. I mean, the thing is, this says, could this be the missing fifth ace? But wait, he never... I mean... I mean, were these hands set up in a way? Because they're actually playing... Yeah, they're actually playing blue... Why is he so snazzy today? Because I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. So I got a suit on. So I look the part. I need people to know I'm serious about my practice, alright? Yeah, so true. It was... Because they had blue cards on the desk. Which means it shouldn't have been red cards. So I think this. I'm committing. No tie. I actually couldn't find a tie. I know. If we hit the... If we... Oh, it's wrong. Oh, for God's sake. No! Oh, tell me. Okay. Oh, it was... For God's sake. Because it said it could have been. Killer took it with him and he... Yep. Of course. It's a fraud. Oh my God, he did say it. Yep, I missed it. I missed it! I did hover over it as well. I considered it for a while. I considered it for a while. I think my plan is to try and play this game at least like once a week, chat. So we're going to work our way through it. Each time, depending on... I mean, I might not do the sub goal thing every time. But I thought it was a fun one. I'll change the color of my suit. I think I have this. Red, pink, blue, green. And then I have a couple of patterned ones. Yeah, so they caught him out by making him admit that it can't exist. Yeah, that's clever. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. Who's calling themselves an attorney? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Yeah, it was a bluff to make the real criminal confess. Yeah. Wow. I punched him. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling. Take that next time. When it packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. Wow. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'll find it out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Woo! Bom dia, Jason. Smashed it. That was kind of like a tutorial, yeah. So just so you can like understand what you're supposed to do in the game. Guys, I can start this next thing, but I won't be able to finish. I mean, that one trial just took us 3 hours, by the way. And I've got to say, that went by so quick. Genuinely so quick. As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Oh, deep? Oh my god! Is that his daughter? What is happening? Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops... Oh! Gunshots! You die. Oh my... Jesus! Nothing like a bit of existential dread in the afternoon. June 15th, 9:12 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial and I lost both my mentor and my job. It's not great. I'll admit it, I was screwed. But even when I hit bottom, I told myself I'd never come here. Uh-oh. Is this the office? Okay, Justice. Time to stop trembling. We're here for the interview. Right this way. Hello there! You found the right place. Welcome! Well now, shall we begin? Begin what? Right. Well, first things first. Any special talents? Talents? Yes, well, you must have at least one. Well, I guess... Defending? Defending? An unusual talent, but it'll do. With a little jazzing up, of course. You think so? Let's give it a go, shall we? Huh? Go ahead. Show me. Defend. Just give it all you've got. Don't hold back now. What are you talking about? I can't just defend here. First lesson. A professional can perform anywhere. Thanks. We want people to be laughing with us. Not at us. Thanks. But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all. What? What exactly do you think you came here to do? What? Defend? No? Excuse me, but do you know where you are? The Wright & Co. Law Offices? Oh, I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge. Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes. Mistakes? But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning. Perhaps you should go read the sign out front again. What's there to read? Look, it says right there. Oh, why does it say Wright Talent Agency? Welcome to the Wright Talent Agency, where you've always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician. Uh-oh. I do find it funny that the thing she gave you was an ace up the sleeve, which is fun. Very tongue-in-cheek. Very tongue-in-cheek. Or if I get one more slow-mo shot of this bloody locket, I'm gonna lose my mind. She's my daughter. Trucy Wright. Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name? Apollo. Apollo Justice. Attorney at law. Oh. About Mr. Wright giving up law, it was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it? Ah, you know about that? Not the details. I remember the news, though. It was a big deal. So I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance. Daddy, right. That reminds me, about Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in. Daddy's not here right now. He's in the hospital. What? He's on strict bed rest until he gets better. What? So is this really a talent agency? You bet. Daddy started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now. 2 people? Does that include you? Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows, paid too. I am a professional, you know. Right. Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, and the other person our agency represents is Phoenix Wright, pianist extraordinaire. Your dad, in other words. Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano? Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic. Jesus Christ. They should mention it more often. I agree. I'm not sure when exactly he quit law, but I think it was 7 years ago from what I'm seeing. So you love his, oh, so you're his, you're Phoenix Wright's daughter. That's right. After Daddy quit law 7 years ago. I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of his sugar daddy. Get it? No. I'm in charge of this whole office, too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15. How old is Mr. Wright? He's 33 this year. I'm sure there's a good explanation. I hope. Okay, which hospital is Mr. Wright at? I'll pay him a visit. Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close. Well, I'll be going now, and I'll give this showbiz gig some thought. Wait, I'll go with you. Oh, for God's sake. She's a pain. Right, what would his voice be? Oh, visitors, are ya? Hmm? Yeah, are you the doctor? Hey up, Dr. Ickfield's the name. Good morning, doctor. Oh, hiya there, Tracy. Cute as ever. It's gross. That's actually gross. Is this Daddy's room? Oh, yeah, except he's gone for a morning checkup. Be back soon. How are you, Miss Tracy? Got any places you'd like examined? Jesus! Doctor, the nurse was looking for you. Well, if it isn't the daddy of cutest little thing in town. I guess I'll be off then. Later, Tracy. Oh, what an odd bird that guy was. Good morning. Didn't expect you so soon, Apollo. Mr. Wright. So, what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run. You were hit by a car? No, he tried to swerve, I'll give him that. Picture me, tossed 33 feet through the air. Only stopping when my head hit that telephone pole. Yeah, telephone pole with your head? Are you okay? Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle. The hell? There's something that, well, it just doesn't sit right. I just can't believe you have a daughter, Mr. Wright. And she's so big. Not fat, but Jesus. No, Trucy's still a child. Daddy, how many times I had to remind you? I'm not a child anymore. But you'll always be Daddy's little baby girl to me, Trucy. What is going on here? Oh, something you should know about Trucy. She's a magician, right? She told me. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius. Aw, Daddy. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. What is this, man? What is going on? You can just tell me the things instead of insinuating them. So why'd you contact me? What could the Right Talent Agency possibly want with me? No need to get prickly now. Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this. But you didn't come into the office of your own free will anyway? Well, yeah, of course. Hell, we're in big trouble here at the office. Big. I thought someone was dying. So you don't think this is big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people, and one of them is in the hospital. That's right. How are you going to pay this month's rent and the groceries? Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other must fall too. Hey, this isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old. In any case, if Apollo here can't help you... I know, Cyber, I know. I've got to stop. You'll have to transfer to a new school again. No, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me? To us. Oh. Huh? What now? Now it's my fault. On that note, how about you come work for us? I got the perfect client for you already lined up. A client? To do my job, I get to defend in court. All right, I'll hear what you have to say. You got him, Dad. Hook, line, and sinker. Now it's time to reel him in. Uh-oh. What's up, Fancy Llama? If you're new to the stream, guys, and you're watching, drop a follow. We stream a whole bunch of variety stuff here. Ah, yes, here. Take a look at the map and I'll explain. Uh-oh. Last night I left the office just before 9 o'clock. Is he gonna be the client? I was going to that Indochine pasta joint, Al Dente's. Al Dente's. Al Dente. God. I hate this game and their puns. I hate this game and their puns. I play the piano there, of course. That's when it happened. The car sent me flying, nicked a telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad? It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. That's it. You got a client, did you? Well, I'm your client. Well, how are you gonna pay, though? How's he gonna pay? He just told us he's broke. Don't worry, once you found the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court. I'm not a prosecutor either, I'm sorry. This is crazy. I'm going home. Don't get so worked up, it was just a joke. Sorry, Apollo, he just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny. Your real client should be stopping by the office anytime now. The office, you mean the talent agency. Okay, let's go check it out. One more thing. Do look into my accident too, would you? I marked the scene of the tragedy on this map. Okay. Right, I will go and check this out, apparently. It's right in front of this park. Should be easy to find. Right. Okay. Oh, can we examine stuff? Oh, okay, hold on. A swaying, spiraling stack of DVD cases. Steel Samurai, the Nickel Samurai, the Pink Princess, the Zappy Samurai, Electric Boogaboo. This kid I know keeps sending them to me. Huh? Like a niece or nephew? Something like that. Quite the collection. This kid's parents must be really generous with their allowance. Aha. No clues here. Okay. It's really messy. Look how messy this is. You're just hopeless without me, aren't you? Uh-oh. You got me. What can I say? I was raised in a barn. Try not to let word get out, Apollo, if you don't mind. Yes, that's what I'm going to tell people. That you're untidy. What's he watching? Action Hero Show. Oh, I know that one. That's the Sniffling Samurai. His booger flick attack is a big hit with the grade school crowd. Okay, what is going on here? Now's the only time I get to watch and write about reports. Your reports? It's a long story, like a lot of things, actually. Okay, and this little baby piano. You snuck some grape juice in again? The doctor said you weren't supposed to drink that here. Trucy, look at the table. Oh, label. Oh, what is it? Deep sea mineral water. That's fine, I guess. Oh. I switched the labels. Don't tell Seapeekay. Oh. Is that everything? It's like a child's toy piano. Gotta practice. Wouldn't want my fingers to get stiff. Pro always keeps his weapon closer to hand. Should I play you a tune? How unfortunate. I still rarely get a chance to play. Okay, I've had enough of this. To the talent agency, please. Alright. Planning on making me wait, huh? Ah, good morning. Oh, God. Who's this guy gonna be? Oh, God. New voice. Grape juice is definitely a family-friendly metaphor for wine. Yes, I think he's just smashing wine in. I agree. Yeah, one day in a sprained ankle. Redneck? No, we can't do that. Oh, hey there, Trucy doll. It's greasy. Yeah. What would his voice be? Oh, we should definitely bring Capes back in. Deep voiced red. Hey there. Hey there, Trucy doll. Sounds like your pops had a bit of a rough spot, huh? All's well that ends well, I guess. This is our client? Hey, so this is that Apollo fella, huh? Yes, name's Apollo. Look at him there, arms all crossed like ready to fight. Yes, sir. You don't mean that literally, do you? The boss told you what I need, right? Don't let me down now, Apollo. Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it. Defense? Your noodle half-cooked. It's too late for defense. My castle's been stormed. My keep's been kept. My noodle stand's been stolen. Noodle? You know, Mr. Eldoon for the noodle stand, don't you? His name is just Noodle backwards. This game is ridiculous. No nicknames, please. And no, of course I don't know him. You new in these parts? Not really. Then you know the best noodles in town. Eldoon's Noodles. Whose noodles? My noodles. Help me out here, Trucy doll. He's wearing a ramen bowl. I know. Toko Scott, that's a really good point. It's like, I literally stabbed him in the chest with a knife. It's like, and then we had some, carbonated canned beverages, which were definitely not alcoholic. This guy, Mr. Eldoon's our client. Maybe you can tell us what the problem is, Mr. Eldoon. Why did... Anything for you, Trucy doll. So you run a noodle stand, Mr. Eldoon. Guy Eldoon's the name, and the noodles are my game. The secret's in the soup. I've been searching for the perfect soup for a year and a half. Yeah, why did he play a harmonica? It's like... Okay, cool, chill. Oh, that's not that long, really. My family's been noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectation on my shoulders. 15 fathers passing the noodle to 15 sons. That's a pretty old noodle. And the fool that I was, I pushed it away. I rebelled against my pops, and I picked another livelihood. But that didn't turn out so well. Oh, there was no denying it. Salty broth runs through these veins, boy. So it was like destiny that you became what you are. Right, destiny's the word. Oh, I fought it. But in the end, I was bound by the twisted noodle of fate. Oh, good heavens. I'm really learning how many different voices I can do here. So last year, I started my noodle stand. The 15th generation of Eldoon's Noodles. Okay, cool. So tell me more about Eldoon's Noodles. You don't know the genius that are my noodles? I'll make them so salty. Why? They're saltier than salt. Daddy's a regular at his noodle stand. He frequented my pop stands back during his attorney days, too. Yep, him and his assistant. I'm sorry, I'll be sure to drop by your stand soon. Wish you could, sonny. Huh? Heck, I wish I could. I'd give anything for a bowl about now. What do you mean? It was stolen. My stand. Gone. Stolen? It was last night. I was doing my rounds, blowing my whistle. You blow my whistle, baby, let me know. It's like an ice cream truck, but louder. He even gets complaints. Now you're just trying to butter me up. I closed up my stand for the night and parked by the house. Then this morning, dark and early, it was gone. My keep, my castle. Oh. So sad. Maybe some bum carted it off. Just guessing here. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls are in there, too. That's the saddest thing I've heard all day. You know it anyhow. That's the deal. Good luck. Good. Wait. What exactly is your request? My noodle stand. Find it. And the day you bring my baby back is the day you feast on as many noodles as you want. Of course, I make it so hot and salty 2 bowls will kill a man. Then I'd really need a defense. Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective. This is where I live. You drop by if you need any info, okay? Does anybody care about my actual job here? Get it back today if you can, Paulo. I got noodles to make. Things have certainly taken a turn for the bizarre. Traffic accidents and noodle stand thieves. Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you about. Huh? Listen to the latest problem now. Don't be cruel. I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen. Hey, what's this? More thieving and skullduggery. Well, someone stole a pair of my pants. What's going on? The music! So they were, stolen. You're a... Oh, God. Right. That's a crying shame. That is Trucy Doll. When the officer's not here, my face at the window to dry. What? What's going on? It's the panty finding music. So without the eyes, I don't know what I'll do. Darn crying shame. Yup. It's right here, isn't it? Yep, great. I'll be heading home now. Remember, find my stand. There's an empty bowl in your future, Paulo. Right. You help out Trucy Doll here, too. You hear? Oh, good lord. Good lord. Goodest lordus. What is happening here? We had no work yesterday, and now we have 3 cases. I guess. Let's see where we stand. Well, the first item on the list, Phoenix Wright. That is hit and run accident. We have to find the one who hit him. Who's going to pay for us for this again? And the second item, Mr. L. Doon's request to find his stolen stand, for which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles. And the last request is mine, to find my stolen panties. That bowl of noodles is looking better and better. Right. Why am I being called Polly? What has happened here? Why have I got a nickname? Jesus. Right. Let's learn about the people in here first. What's up, Baronator? What's that strange paraphernalia sitting on top of the piano? Those are my magic props. Practice, practice, practice. A professional never leaves their weapons far from reach. Oh, that's what the dad said too, right? No one plays here anyway, and the neighbors complain. Nice hat. Blue silk hat, just like the one Trucy's wearing. No, Trucy, things haven't picked up. We're a defense lawyer. None of these are court cases, and 2 of the clients are you and your father, who I'm assuming will not pay. Right? That's true, to be fair. That's right. The cabinet is used for an illusion called the zigzag. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. I don't know, King Blackstone. I really don't know. Also, I have no choice. I've got no other job. One of those hula hoop things everyone was crazy about way back when. Really? I had no idea these were that popular. I'm not so bad with one myself, actually. What is going on here? I don't know if I need to know all this stuff, honestly. I'm just being thorough. Wow. So I played just like that in a restaurant once. The floating fork looked so real, that's when I knew. Someday I'd make magic more amazing than spaghetti. Okay. Oh. An old sepia-tinted photo of a man in a silk top hat. It's my favorite magician. I want to be just like him someday. What's his name? Oh, we don't get to find out. Okay, cool. Oh. In this office much longer than I have. Daddy's mentor had a great fondness for Mr. Charlie. He's lived here since Daddy was a rookie attorney. Okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to touch Mr. Charlie. A table doesn't look very sturdy. Never seen one of these? It's a magic table. It's like you make this teapot disappear? You might think, but that's not it. For your very eyes, the contents of the pot change from Earl Grey to Darjeeling. Kind of hard to see the difference, I think. Okay, great. I think we've seen everything. Yes, we have. Good move. Let's go to the accident scene. Let's try and do his first. Well, at least make a start on it. I do need to go in about 20 minutes because it's my friend Eleanor's birthday party tonight. So we are going there, but we are hosting people before that. People are coming to our house. So I need to go and prepare. It's Chekhov's magician. Apollo, there's a nice looking lady over there. Oh, God. What is happening? Excuse me, can we have a few words with you? You want something? That husky voice, why am I suddenly sweating? Oh. It's quite a house you got there. You must have a lot of money. Woo! Money sounds like something my son would call his friends. This is the Kitaki family mansion, little girl. Gotta do husky. Hey, listen, my voice is already shot. We've done about 15 voices today. Give me the hat. You want something? Me? No, not a thing. Bye. Oh, we can't leave without questioning her. What if she knows something? But the Kitaki family. They're the biggest organized crime syndicate in town. Oh! If you're gonna ask something, you must get you for a man enough. Right. Hey, wait till whip him into shape. I'm Plum Kitaki, wife of the 4th head of the Kitaki family business. Friends call me Little Plum. I'm Little Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Little Plum? That's a really cute name for someone so... Yes? Oh! Well, she just pulled a sword. How about you go through talking when talking to her, okay, Tracy? Huh, that seems like a bit of a needless procedure. See you later now. See you soon, Hickey. Hickey's one of the people coming to our house. We're gangsters. Oh, they're just honest about it? Fair. You're the bad guys. Tracy, through me, please. I'm begging you here. Ha 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 ha. The bad guys? I like the sound of that. Uh-oh. It takes a lot of hard work to protect a family fortune. Things aren't as easy as they used to be for us bad guys. So you're saying that business is in a slump? Oh, God. There was supposedly a car accident here last night. Last night? Of course, you wouldn't know about it. Sorry to bother you. I forgot. Wait, yes? You're talking about that man, aren't you? The one who flew 30 feet and just walked away? Oh, that's my dad! Ha ha ha, I should have known. One of our capos thought he'd make a great point man. Could you avoid using too much industry lingo? In any case, it's been nothing but trouble. I've been cleaning up this mess since morning. Cleaning up this paint? Was this paint spilled at the time of the accident? It was around 9 last night. I heard a crashing noise and found your father drowning in a sea of paint. So you came to his rescue. You've my husband, the boss, to thank for that. Oh, thanks, boss. The car that hit your father knocked over this paint, then turned the corner and sped away. We're in the middle of repainting our wall, you see. I'm sure that dragon is glaring at me. Why are you out here clearing it up? What do you mean? I mean, aren't you a gangster? Don't you have any goons to do your dirty work for you? Please go through me when you want to. Oh my God, he's gonna get us in trouble. Don't be such a stiff lawyer, boy. I suppose we gangsters do have a certain image. Yes. But we're community-oriented gangsters, you see. The boss likes to give back to the people, see? I availed myself of the public facilities to get rid of all the garbage. Now there's just the paint on the street to deal with. Wow. I wonder if she means that trash can. What's up, Q-Nose? Okay. Let's examine. Paint splashed all over this gate. What a mess. This paint knocked over by the car that hit my dad? That's right. And now I'm left to clean up the mess. If you find whoever did this, bring the scoundrel by. Uh-oh. I don't think they're gonna make them clean up their own mess. I'm gonna be honest. I think there's gonna be more. Yeah, I want to examine the trash can. That was actually why I went into examining, but... Oh, I wish I could say cool things like that. I'll bet you do. Ha ha ha. Kitaki. What a big house, and gate is so big. The Kitaki family is pretty big around these parts. I like the fox, it's so cute. Ah, that's our family crest. Uh-oh. A family crest? We're clever as the fox and our teeth are sharp. Oh, that's like a motto. You need a crest too, Apollo. How about the scales of justice? Or a lunar lander. Is that because I'm called Apollo? For God's sake. A brightly painted dragon. Why do I get the feeling he's glaring at me? Those paints must have been to repaint this wall. That's right. I called in an artist to do the job right. He's the third so far. Third? Uh-oh. The first spilled paint all over the entrance here, and the second on my kimono, so I... No, don't tell me. It's bad that I don't know. Okay. Oh, you can... Who's that? She's looking at the park. She's pretty. I bet she has a story. There's something about her. Too bad she seems to be in a bit of a rush. Oh, okay. People Park. What a great name, guys. Me and my boys just heading out to People Park. Kind of an odd name for such an empty place. I wonder why it's named that. Hey, there's something written on the gate post. Huh? Oh yeah, it says donated by Big Winds Kitaki. You mean the Kitaki family built this park? It's so nice of them to give to the community like that. Let's not get too friendly with them, shall we? Gangster building a park. Odd move for a crime boss. Where did other people? Can you imagine? It's just buried underneath. Everyone's just buried there. There's a big trash can on the way into the park. I guess we could check it out. Detective's life sure is a hard one. I'm an attorney, actually. 2 pieces of garbage with paint on them. These are slippers. They look like the slippers you get at the hospital. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go on a car? It's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it smacked into the sun. What, and just fell into the trash can? That's crazy. Well, why can't I just take the other one? I mean, I'm gonna take the mirror. What is happening here? Looks like there's some trouble by the park gate. I smell an incident. Ma'am, there's no entry to the park. Now don't you tell me I can't go, young fella. I always walk through this park on my way home. Please get down from there. You'll hurt yourself, ma'am. Personally, I'm a little interested in this park. You know what I think? I bet they're filming a movie. Let's go take a look. Maybe we'll see someone famous. Hey, miss, stay out of the park. You got mad at me. Did something happen here, officer? Huh? Oh, no, move along. Nothing to see. Why don't you kids go play somewhere else? We're not kids, we're not playing. I'm an attorney. Detective Sky, we're fine, ma'am. Nothing to report. Why is she wearing a lab coat? You hardly want to comment on how people are dressed. And these kids are... Curiosity seekers, ma'am. They claim to be lawyers. Ah, why don't you kids run along and play someplace else? Oh my god. I am not a child. I might spill something on that pretty face of yours. Am I getting rizzed? Want a dose of experimental hydroxyacetylona dosatrace? Okay, did I just kind of kill that? I'm pretty sure I just killed that. Come again? What's hydroxy stuff? Whatever it is, it doesn't sound good. Let's go, Trucy. Try to keep out the riffraff if you would. Yes, ma'am. Grr. How are we going to get more information like this? Why don't we ask that nice woman across the street? I said no one goes in unless you want a face full of hydroxy yada yada. What's it? Didn't we already look at this? Oh no. Let's have a look at this stuff. Okay. Can't do anything with it. Okay, present. Oh. Okay, that makes sense. If you smash Kentucky Pain, you pay the price. Oh my god. She's scary. Crystal Shop! Thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome back. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. People Park. Can I ask you a question? What happened in the park across the street? Oh yes, quite the commotion. Chicago lightning, as the boss would say. Chicago? Huh? Gunfire. Someone was... Chicago lightning! Jesus. What a morning. Trouble everywhere. Something happened at your house too? Crime without honor, without remorse. It's a private matter. Want to hear about it? Somehow I don't think no is an acceptable answer, Polly. Uh-oh. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Press the wrong thing. Last night. Huh? Wait, bloomers? My little plum Kitaki, the victim of a panty snatch. Oh my god. Why is there someone going around like snatching everyone's panties? What is happening? Is this whole case going to be about this? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Perfect. Animagician? Hello, goat? Oh, hello. She's back. She's a Kitaki too? Oh, miss? Here, a flyer. Oh, for God's sake. The Write Anything Agency. Yeah, do you like the new flyer? So, this is our defense attorney, Mr. Apollo Justice. Come by our office, we'll be waiting. Ah, goodbye. Oh, what? That's the weirdest interaction I've ever had with a person. I don't know, she seemed like she could use some help. She's the heiress to a gangster dynasty. She doesn't need our help. I wouldn't be so sure. Oh, it just goes back to her. Oops. Is she going to be at the agency if I go back? No, she's not. Perfect. What's the magic? No, what? What is going on? Make the evidence disappear. Right, brilliant. What is going on? Let's go to the stand theft as well. Jesus Christ. So, what's this place? This will be Mr. Eldoon's house, silly. This is where his stand was stolen from. I can see a piece of evidence lying on the ground already. Hey! Maragti's clinic. That was what was on the slippers. want to snatch my panties. He ran into this clinic last night. Maybe that police car is here to find my... Oh my Jesus Christ. Ah, there you are, Sonny. It really is unhinged. Will you find anything yet? No, not yet. Oh, God. The longer you loaf around here, saltier your victory bowl gets. Just remember that. So, your stand. Eldune's noodles, was it? Ah, passed down from father to son. That stand seems to share us salt. Mm-hmm. Salt runs in the family, you might say. So, your stand, Eldune's noodles, was stolen. Oh, it wasn't just a stand, it was stolen, sonny boy. I lost those wobbly wheels, my salt-crusted stew pot, my stained sign. I didn't just lose a stand. I lost a legend. No one steals a legend and gets away with that on my watch. Let's find that legend, Apollo. God. Are there any more details you can give me about the stand? You bet, sonny boy. It happened last night. I was blowing my whistle like always, crying the town I was. The smell of broth filled the streets thick and salty. I got home, well, right before 10 p.m., I reckon. Not even for the late night market. I washed my bowls and gave the wheels a squirt of grease, then I went inside. When did you notice they'd been stolen? Early this morning, before the sun rose. Work starts early. I'm washed up on the salty shores of rumination. That stand had my whole life in it. Hey, my whole being. It took everything? All my soup stock, my noodles, my bowls, and my dreams. At least they left one bowl. Look there on the ground. If you don't find that stand today, then I'll be forced to walk the streets peddling that bowl. My last bowl. Please, I'm under enough pressure here as it is. That's it. That's where the thief who snatched my pants ran to. It's a crying shame, that is. If they have to steal, make my loincloth. Make it my loincloth, not some pretty girl's. Jesus! What is going on? Garage right there, you don't think the thief lives there, huh? I wouldn't put it past that good-for-nothing doctor. That takes little animosity, huh? Let's make sure to check out that garage thoroughly. Okay. I believe that is exactly what's happening, not Mosh, yes. Maybe they're tax evaders. Oh, sorry, miss. Not going into the clinic today. Did something happen? Huh? Oh, no, nothing to see here. Move along. You'll have to find someplace else to play doctor. What is wrong with us? Why does everyone think that we're not what we are? We need a little more info on this Maractis clinic. We could ask Mr. Eldoon. He's their neighbor after all. And we should check out that garage. What if the thief who stole my panties is still in there? Bloody hell, why is this the storyline? That doorway sure is sparkly. The Maractis Clinic, huh? Looks more like a casino parlor than a hospital. It must be quite profitable. Funny, it looks closed. Maybe they're on vacation today. What a steal. Looks like they have a special offer going on. 3 shots for the price of 1. Ooh, now's our chance, Apollo. Chance for what? I don't need any shots, thank you. Whoever runs this clinic, they seem pretty business-minded. Okay. Do you think something happened next door? There's a police car up front. Probably gave someone food poisoning, I'll bet. If anyone's at risk of giving someone food poisoning. That police car got here this morning, actually. I asked what they were up to, but they wouldn't even tell me. The neighbor. Not that I was supposed to surprise much. That doctor works for the wrong crowd. It was just a matter of time before he got what was coming to him. The wrong crowd? Never you mind about that. Yes, he's in this area. Is this yours, Mr. Eldoon? Hey, there's the heart and soul of Eldoon's noodles. The bowl absorbs my salty soup. Pretty soon it's gonna just taste like noodles. Alright, just smell like noodles. All my other bowls got taken away in my stand. Get it back from me, sonny boy. I'm begging you. Okay, so we got a bowl now. Great. God, there's so much stuff here. This house is, well, it's old. It's been well loved, that's for sure. I lived here with my wife for many years now. It's got character, though. Just like my soup. This weekend, how's the weekend? Good, yeah, I'm getting ready to... We're actually going to wrap up in like 5 minutes because we got to prepare because we are hosting some people at our place before we go to our friend's birthday party tonight. So it's going to be super fun. I had a blast streaming this today, though. It's been super fun. I've had a great time. Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. Thank you for the prime. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream so far, if you're new to the stream and you've enjoyed yourself today, press subscribe. See if you got a prime for free. I will look after your prime subs for 1 whole month. And then if you want, I'll even look after them for the next month as well. And it's free. Or if you're really enjoying it, subscribing is a great way to support me. And it's insert price in your region. I don't know. It varies. Are you going to be in the suit for the party? No. I'm actually doubling down on the emo look. Although I did like, Hickey said that the party theme is something beginning with E. And Hickey said I could go in literally a suit like this and then like the tracksuit bottoms I'm wearing, and I could go as employed from home so that it looks like I'm business on the top, and that's all you need for like Zoom calls, right? Pretty funny. So the oil drum is connected to that sink over there. Collecting rainwater to do the dishes. How environmentally... Oh, wow, I mean, true. I don't think he uses rainwater to cook his noodles and make the broth, do you? Oh, I'm sure he finds the best water money can buy. Taste is his business, you know. Look at the sign over there. Dunes only uses water from all natural sources. Oh my god. It's quite a sign. I take it that's new as opposed to old. How you like it? I made it myself, I did. I meant to write noodles, but it ran out of space. Lucky for me, it spells a word all by itself. And spruces up my image, it does. That's a dog. Look, a doggy. Goodbye. I'm sure the dog has a real name, Shissy. Yep, sure does. Name's Spoon. It's a she, by the way. Spoon doesn't seem so lively. She didn't get her bowl of salty broth this morning, that's why. Poor little thing. Apollo. Let's find that stand soon for Spoon's sake. For God's sake. Oh. That's the place right there. That's where I kept my stand. Covered all nice and purty. That blue tarp there. To use this plastic sheet to cover your stand at night. Let's see. You see what? Did you figure out why it was stolen? Well, no, but it does suggest that the thief knew what he or she was looking for. They clearly knew what was under that sheet. So it wasn't one of those casual drive-by stand snatchers, you mean? Not bad, sonny boy. Not bad at all. I honestly feel like that voice sounds like... What's his face? He's called like Austin Butler trying to do the Elvis voice. Bass. Hello. Very... Oh, Jesus. I'm back. Saved the light indeed. Mr. Aldoon's house is practically in the dark here. Oh. I guess the hospital couldn't install blocks of sunlight. Everything's gone wrong since they built this monstrosity. Broth needs sun or it rots. What's a man to do? That was Mitch. That was Mitch. Yep, she's showing me her emo. Your face love when they want... Shut up. Stop it. It's one of my customers to get food poisoning so they can turn a pretty profit. Well, was that in the picture to the right? I don't know, but I can't do anything. Can I present anything to him? Does he want to see this? You tell my bowls by the salty logo. The mascot of Eldon's Noodles. They come to the stand, they sit, they drink deep from that bowl. And when they see the bottom, their face looks just like Mr. Salty's. Genius, no? Wife mentioned? Wife mentioned? O cachorro gosta da sopa com sal. Right, we're gonna go to the garage, and then we're gonna pause it here. Because I need to go get ready, sadly, chat. we'll leave the sub goal up over the weekend. See if we can make it there after tomorrow's stream. I'm not sure I'm going to stream tomorrow. Not too sure. I'll probably take a little break from this. But we will come back to this next week, I assure you. We will be doing... we're doing definitely more of this. I've had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun too. But I think we can... We can force a save. Good. Sure, abandon us, I guess. Yeah. Hey, you guys got a good 4 hours on me, alright? I gotta go make sure that we're all ready for people to come over. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure on exactly what time, but hopefully around normal time. But for now, I am gonna go and raid Koji, who is a very good friend of mine. I'm excited. I get to see him tonight, actually. He's coming to the party. But he just got into NoPixel GTA server like 3 days ago. So it's super, super fun to watch him like learning the ropes right now. So go show some love. Thank you guys for everything today. I appreciate you all. You've been the best. I've been the best dressed. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.